Are you ready for a brand new DCU update? All right, a lot has actually happened over the last 24 hours, and it is definitely time to do another video, and I've got a bunch of pictures to share, and we're going to talk about each one of these stories, and they're not going to be represented in any particular order, just the way in which I took the screenshots, and so we have quite a bit to go over. And some of this is interesting, and some of it is definitely worthy of talking about. So let's get started. Also, if you haven't already, please like the video. YouTube really likes it when people like the video. It helps them share my video and get my videos out there to more people, and it would help out my channel tremendously. Also, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you will be notified as I have new videos go up. All right, so let's take a look at the first picture here. I've got 3 pictures here to show you, and these all have to do with the Flash movie coming up. These are some promotional images that got released yesterday. Now, these are not actual photos. These are definitely drawings or paintings of what these costumes look like, because in the movie, we know that this suit is very, very smooth. We've seen that in the trailers, but this gives you a better idea on the Flash costume that they are using in the film. I think it looks better here than it does actually in real life, because the one in the movie looks like it doesn't really have any texture, whereas this one has some texture to it. We'll find out when the movie comes out. This film, or this costume, was actually created by, I believe, Bruce Wayne. If the prequel comic has any indication as to what they're doing, it was definitely created by Bruce Wayne. Here's Sasha Calle's character as Supergirl, and she is wearing the exact same type of costume that Henry Cavill had as Superman, and again, it's just another promotional image. I'm excited to see her in the role. Hopefully she does a great job, and then we'll see if she ever gets to keep that role. I don't think that's going to happen, but we will find out in the future. Now let's take a look at the next one, which is the one I'm most excited to see in the film, which is Batman. So this is Batman's costume in the film. I'm not digging the chest area. I don't mind the rest of the costume. I just don't like the chest area up here. I don't like the way it's boxed out. I think it should be more rounded. I don't like the edges there, in this area. I just don't think it looks good. Obviously, things have changed, and they wanted him to be able to move better. He didn't like the way he had to move back in '89, and obviously, technology has changed, and they want the costume to be better. But he still can't turn his head, which I think is kind of weird. They should have made it so he could turn his head, but it looks like he's still kind of stiff in the movie. But I am excited to see him back as Batman. I don't want him as the DC Batman going forward, but I am excited to see him back in that role to show that Barry can definitely, go through different realities. Now, this is interesting. GeekosityMag.com is doing an interview with, they're reporting that Zack Snyder is sitting down with the Russo brothers for a comprehensive DC interview, which did happen. So he was interviewed. I've seen the picture. You'll actually see a still here coming up in a few minutes, which is pretty awesome. I will tell you, out of all of the filmmakers out there in Hollywood right now, these are my 2 favorites, Zack Snyder and the Russo brothers. I really like what the Russo brothers did with Captain America Winter Soldier, and they did Extraction. Well, one of them worked on Extraction on Netflix, and there's also a sequel that they worked on. I really like these 2 guys. They know how to direct action and really do some amazing things. I'd like to see them do a DC film, and you're going to see here that they're floating around an idea of having them direct a film. We'll talk about that when we get to that picture. So here it is. The Russo brothers are interested in directing DCU's The Brave and the Bold. If they announced that these guys were going to be doing Batman, The Brave and the Bold, my excitement level would definitely rise, because these guys know how to take things seriously. My fear is that they're going to turn Batman into a joke. That's my big fear with The Brave and the Bold. And that story with Batman and his son, I think, needs to be taken very seriously and should be one of the more dark and gritty films of the DCU. If that was announced, I would have a lot more faith in what they're doing going forward. I'm hoping that James Gunn stays far away from Batman. I hope he does nothing and is not involved with the Batman franchise at all moving forward other than being the CEO. I don't want him touching that character. So here again was another still that had to do with the same story, that the Russo brothers say it would be a no-brainer decision if they were asked to direct a DC project at James Gunn's DC Studios. We love him to death. We love the direction he's going to take the world in. You could see the full quote at thedirect.com. But yeah, they seem to be all in on the plan. Others are not. But I do trust in the Russo brothers. In fact, I wouldn't mind if they were running DC Studios. That would actually be awesome rather than Safran and Gunn. I do, like I said, I really enjoy these two guys. They do some amazing stuff. So here's the Russo brothers sitting down with Zack Snyder, and they say, "Your filmmaking is so elevated." Anthony Russo said that to Zack Snyder, which is pretty freaking cool. I'm actually looking forward to seeing that interview and seeing what was said and what was asked and what the dialogue was. That right there is a room full of some very amazing talent. All right, and here's I believe this is the last picture I have for you guys today. And this is James Gunn. He has announced that he is starting pre-production on Superman Legacy. I'm honored to be a part of the legacy. And what better day than the Superman Anniversary Day to dive fully into early pre-production on Superman Legacy. Costumes, production design, and much more now up and running. That's pretty awesome, and you see the Superman Legacy script right there. So he's definitely going forward with this. They're moving fast. It's going to be interesting to see what's going to come up with the casting. I lied. I have one more photo here, and this is interesting. So Zack Snyder, this is interesting. Somebody said, "Hello, boss. Do you think we would have got a Flashpoint storyline if things went as planned initially?" His response was, "Better." And Zack Snyder is like that when he's on social media. He's very concise. It's kind of how I communicate sometimes, too, is just get to the point. And he said better. Because I'll tell you what, not having this gentleman in the film is a huge missed opportunity with that storyline. We needed to have Thomas Wayne in there, and it's a shame that we did not get to see either of these characters in Flashpoint, and that they are not a part of it. They're not staying faithful to the comic story at all, pretty much. All right, so there's my news for the day. My feelings, I still do not think that James Gunn is the right guy to do Superman. I don't like anything he's done with DC properties up to this point, and I'm not happy to see him touching one of the most iconic, if not the most iconic character for DC. But if it's good, I'll admit it. We'll see when it comes out and gets released, but they are moving forward with everything as we speak. And, talking about the Flash movie coming up, I think it's a huge missed opportunity that they are not following closer to the comic storyline. I'm still eager to see the film, but it could have been much, much, much more than what we are getting. I am excited to see certain aspects of it, but we'll see if that movie ends up being good or not. I will review it as soon as it gets released. I will tell you there's a lot of movies coming out in June, and unfortunately, I'm going to be on vacation in June for one weekend. Another weekend, I am camping. There's all kinds of stuff coming up. We've got to pick up our daughter up. She's doing some camp stuff. There's a lot of things going on in June, and I may not be able to see everything that I want to see or review everything I want to right in the moment. The good news is when The Flash comes out, I don't have anything going on that week, and so I should be good to go. All right, I do appreciate the support. If you guys haven't already, like I said, like the video, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It helps out my channel tremendously. We will see you on the next video.